dark is what it is. I'm live. Woo. Hello. So we'll just give people a chance to get in, and I will just this stream out to Facebook while we do that, and then we will get started. Say hello and let us know you're here. Right. It's that one, wasn't it? So I'm here. I'm just sharing us out to Facebook quickly, and then I'm here. I'm just. Yeah, so we just tested the sound. That's why you heard that in the background. Sound is working. Natalie's behind me. I'm here. We are in Norwich, about 11 miles somehow. We've been to charity shops. This is our outfits from a previous charity shop run. Our cats protection lead dresses, because what else sell but these fantastic dresses. And we are going to have a fantastic supper. We've had a lovely say hello. Okay, come on, guys. Where are you? Have we got a poster? Yeah. Brilliant, 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 brilliant. Right, I'll get on YouTube. So say hello. You are here. No, I really, because I just couldn't work it out this week. Because it's been nuts. So I'm just going to. So here we are in Nottingham. It is raining again. It's going dark. We've got a lovely view of the city, and I'm fascinated by the trams. In Nottingham, they've got the most modern and weird, most modern tram system. It's brilliant. Yeah, they do. They do not. They look so futuristic. They look unreal. And of course, the castle's lovely. I've been playing with the Robin Hood statue. And so this is the first visit to Nottingham since I originally injured my back the first time round. We came and we did Robin Hood's Way with the children when they were in year one. Those children are now 22, so it's a little while ago. So that was kind of one of the last activities I did pre hospital back then. And yeah, and it's nice to be back. It's been fun. It's been a lovely train. My hair, I don't like my hair. It's been a lovely trip down. I'm just going to mess with my hair a minute. Yeah. Oh. I knew this would be the case. We've been going 5 minutes. So yeah, so we are in Nottingham to go to the wheelchair place tomorrow. So you probably all know this by now. But last Saturday I did a long run, a marathon length run, and great day. Went for my cake at Watch Tree Nature Reserve, which has become my habit when I do that particular run, because I can afford to, because it's such a long run. So I went for my cake, got home. I didn't get home. Got to the end of my street and the front caster fell off. Now, it's the front caster that I smashed at New Year, got a new one. It's the front casters that I then previously collapsed, and Wayne from Well Done Solutions got me going again, and then it went again. So I was really, really despondent, really down. Posted to you guys out to the Congress, which, and the rest is history. You were amazing. Now, once I'd got my brain together, Natalie's partner actually sorted me out so I could use the big freewheel. I set off to go swimming with Natalie after they'd done that, and the back wheel collapsed. So the kindness of everybody that has donated to the Amazing Kate's fundraiser was just kind of bang on time, as it were. So with this chair, we've just had so many things go on. So we're here. We're going to go and look at wheelchairs tomorrow. Obviously, I'm going to report back on what we find out. We'll get a much clearer idea about what we need. Then, so say hello. Let us know you're here. Tell us about your day, and I'll carry on in a second. What are you going to say? Hello. Anybody? So yeah, um so we're going to go to Bromwich Wheelchairs tomorrow, who are the manufacturers for this chair, who come highly recommended for the new chair and both their chairs and the other chairs they sell. So they're going to have quite a lot of different manufacturers' chairs to look at tomorrow. I'll have the wheelchair engineers there to recommend to me what to get, and that will be hopefully we will have a really clear idea whether we're able to order tomorrow or whether we need to do anything else. We'll work out tomorrow. And whether we decide to go somewhere else as well. But I trust this company. They've been brilliant with me so far. This is the second time wheelchair, so they haven't made any money out of it. But they have shipped me parts right, left, and centre. Always a next day delivery, always really fast, always really happy to give advice. And so they are a brilliant company. So a little bit of history now before I carry on. So I've been losing weight since August, and the trigger to lose weight was a heart scare. And so I kind of didn't respond straight away, but then after a couple of weeks realised that I had to get some weight off. I wasn't aiming to do what I'm doing at all. I just realised I needed a bit more fitness and a bit of weight off, and that would help my heart. And that was all I had really as an aim. I didn't have a great big goal, and I still don't really believe that big goals are what works. I believe it's little increments. So while I do the Conquer challenges, and I will explain what Conquer challenges are for people that aren't in that community, although a lot of the people here and a lot of the people the people that set the fundraiser up were all from that community, but obviously more of you have supported me, and whether you're from that community or not, just brilliant. Anyway, so none of that, but so I do the big challenges with those and have those big targets, but really my targets are always really quite small. So hi Cindy, have you had a good day? What have you been up to? Um, so my targets are always really small. So like I said, it was just to lose a little bit of weight. So at first I was, I'll cut my sweet consumption down. I'll replace my sweet consumption with X. I'll stop eating during the night, or I'll only eat this during the night, and things like that, and just gradually working on it. No great big things. So that was September. And then I was very much, oh gosh, what do I do? Do I get this manual wheelchair and try and move independently or not? And so after a whole lot of soul searching, I decided that it was worth it, even if I could only use it around the house. And again, no great big targets. I guess my big target was to be able to go to my local park and back on my own, which is a round trip of just under 2 kilometres. And I kind of thought I'd be able to do that by about Christmas. But in reality, I did my first marathon in January. So amazing. Keeping well done. We've not kept out of the rain. We've got wet. So that was kind of where I got, and then I did this challenge for refugees in September, which was 1 mile a day, and got hooked on the whole virtual challenges thing. So I did a 10 kilometer for my birthday in October, and then I decided to do the Land's End to John O'Groats. So I thought I could just about get it in 18 months. So I got it for my birthday in the beginning of October, and I finished it in March, I think. Um, so about 5 months. And it's been like that all the way through. I had no idea what I'm capable of. I've still no idea what I'm capable of. I was a power chair user for 17 years, so of course I have no idea. So I got hooked on this Conqueror, and the Conqueror and the John O'Groats to Land's End to John O'Groats, all the way around. Um, is they have, so you do your distance, so you go for a run and you do 5 miles or whatever, and then when you upload it onto your watch, if you have one, or just Strava on your phone, that automatically updates the Conquer thing, and then you can see yourself on Street View. So you can go and you can, as if you've done the run from, along that route, and you can see where you are, which is quite fun. And then you get postcards from time to time. So you're sending postcards to yourself, but you get postcards from somewhere, which just arrives in your inbox. So, and you get some information about the route that you're doing. So some people do it as an education thing with the kids. So particularly like Hadrian's Wall, for example. So you learn a bit of history about Hadrian's Wall. And then every 20%, you plant a tree. And that is the Eden Project's tree planting, worldwide tree planting thing. So you get to plant a bit of a tree. So that's all fun. That's a bit of fun. Now, as far as this new wheelchair is concerned, and the fundraiser is at something close to Red's just gone to mush again. 3,700. Thank you very much. Which is just amazing, amazing, amazing. So this new wheelchair will need to be lightweight but strong. It will need to have the right seating position to enable me to have the power, but also with the support that I need. And the push rims, and push rim technology is quite complicated. And that's because I don't have grip, particularly in this hand. And so instead of, that's a push rim, instead of holding it like a normal, like you would if you had full grip, instead I push with the hand like that. So that means that I can't just use a normal metal push rim because it wouldn't have any grip on it. So that's how I wheel. Now, have we got any questions, please? What else am I saying? The brain's just gone to mush. Honestly, this week you've all absolutely blown my mind. I've had the ability to think has just gone. That's why this live stream wasn't pre-scheduled for you to click on early, because I just couldn't do it. I've just been like, I've had no brain at all. It took me so long to put that last video together because I kept making mistakes. So it's absolutely throwing it down here now in Nottingham. Will you be able to adapt the fit of the chair when you lose more weight? Good question, Cindy. Really good question. So this is something that's going to have to be discussed when we get down there tomorrow. Yes, it will have to be an adaptable chair, but actually the width adaptation, I'm not sure. So the width adaptation is more complicated. The big important adaptation that it needs to have is angle. So because I'm a beginner, in relative terms, at the moment I sit quite flat in the chair. Now, as I get better and therefore more able and more strength in the back, I'm going to want to be sitting so with your bum lower than your knees, so that when you push, you're more on your wheels pushing down, whereas at the moment I push forwards. So to give myself the power, um, that's something that beginners chairs tend to be adaptable for. So that at the moment, one of the big problems that we've found today, because we're using the freewheel, is that because it makes my feet be further forward, I'm sat a bit more like being sat in an armchair than sat in a sports chair. And so I haven't got the power, and we've really, really noticed that on the hills. So the width thing, the sides will be something that you can use to pull it in, and the shape of the cushion. So it might be that we start with one cushion and then we upgrade to a cushion that provides some of that narrowing for us. Oh, we have a Suzanne Hall. Hello, Suzanne Hall. Yes, you should be sorry you're late. How are you? How's your day been? And thank you for the compliment, darling. That's my daughter. Um, we're in Nottingham, Sue. It's lovely, but it's raining, but it's lovely. Do you like our dresses? All embroidered and lovely. Yeah. Um, yeah. So yeah, the adaptability of the chair is going to be one of the limiting things. Um, and at the moment, I don't actually have that answer, but yeah, fingers crossed that it will. Certainly, obviously, um, we're not going to buy something that's not going to last beyond this. So, in terms of timeframes for the rest of this weight loss, I'm kind of hoping to be certainly within a stone of the end by Christmas. So that's going to sound really slow compared to what we've done so far, because we've done £110 so far. I know, right? The rest of the fab. So £110 so far and only 40 to go. Sounds like that should be much quicker than that. But now it's the time to eat a bit more, building a lot more muscle. And I'm much more now focusing on building muscle than I am on losing weight. So while I'm still losing and I still need to lose, I'm much more bothered now about building up the upper body and the core strength. Am I also looking at extra storage around the chair too? Lol, Suzanne. Oh, that's Cindy. That was going to be a Suzanne question. Yes. So, um, we've discovered a little bit of damage on this chair that the camera mount and the bag have done when I stripped it down to bring it. And so that's definitely something I'm going to focus on as well. So it might be that we have to get the specialist things and storage, because I do want to camp. Um, Definitely, we're going to be going away, whether it's camping or not. We're going to be travelling to do Hadrian's Wall. We should have been camping today. I'm glad we're not. Honestly, it's true. I mean, I'm sure Suzanne's got rain in Leeds. Have you got rain in Cumbria, Cindy? Um, so yeah, I am glad we're not camping tonight. Um, but that was the original plan before all this all happened with the amazing people out there and the chair and all of that. This should have been our camping day, which was great because it meant that I had Natalie available, because this trip would have been impossible on my own with a broken wheelchair. It would have been hard on my own anyway. With a broken wheelchair, it wouldn't be happening, would it? I, I'd have broken my neck about 10 times today. Um, so yeah, got lots of rain in Cumbria. It's good to know. Glad you're joining with us. And I'm glad you've got rain too, Sue. Sorry. So Suzanne was crocheting last night. Did you manage? What were you crocheting, Suzanne? And did you manage it? Anybody else in there? Yeah. So there's other people in not chatting. That's not playing fair. Um, so what else do you want to know? I feel like I've said so many things on previous videos, and I don't want to keep repeating myself. Um, I so in terms of plans, let's talk about plans because plans are fun. You all know about the wheelchair plans. Um, I so you know about the wheelchair plans, you know what we're doing with that. We've got a charity event on Wednesday, which is why we're here today, because the company wanted us to come next Wednesday. But we've got a charity event on Wednesday doing just 12 miles. It's 12 miles, 1 hour, 1 mile an hour, sorry, for 12 hours, going around local businesses and some museums and various other organisations. Difficult life is. And it's something I feel really important, really, I don't feel important, passionate about, is supporting your own community out there. So one of the pubs that I was talking to today was telling me that last night they had 5 people in. Um, and that's pretty dire, really. So whether it's pubs, whether it's cafes, whether it's shops, whatever it is, if you can support your local business, please do. They are your neighbours. They're not just big profit, nameless things. They're Fred next door, just running a small business to support the family. Natalie runs a small business. And you know, this is why what not I'm doing it for charities, but also it's why I wanted to put this business element in, because if we don't support the day high street now, we're just going to lose these small shops, and we love it, and we get lots of nice redress. Local Cats Protection League up in Carlisle. These aren't from today. It's Suzanne says she unravelled it. That's her embroidery. Oh, it was a seal, but it wasn't quite right. Oh, Sue, but it was good. Are we visiting the dog cafe? Natalie, no. We went past the cat cafe, and Natalie said, "Why don't they have puppy cafe in the morning?" We're in Loughborough tomorrow. We didn't know about the dog cafe. Oh, Sunday, we didn't know. We would. The one in Carlisle. Oh, that dog cafe. Ah, yeah. No, we're not. I went actually to go and ask, and I think it's closed. Yeah, I went to look to what it was one of the things I was going to go to, and no, it's gone. Yeah, I did try. So no, I would have been going to the dog cafe, but no, I'm not. And I wouldn't have had a dog with me because wasn't mind. Because Neo's so anyone that doesn't know had an assistance dog, Neo, who's a Rhodesian Ridgeback, the world's laziest assistance dog, and he's retired, and we got Percy to train up, and at present Percy is failing. Percy is the most full-on dog you've ever met in your life. So at the moment, he isn't. He does work at home, but he doesn't work out in public. So he's not with us because he's just too nuts right now. He doesn't quite have the. He tries, and he cries a little bit when he's concentrating so hard on being good and then fails. So at the moment, he isn't going to be a public access assistance dog, but he does work at home. Bless him. So Sue's embroidery. No, he's not. Bailey is. Oh, I don't know. He can definitely give Bailey a run for his money. Or we will have to get them together soon, Cindy. Yeah, no, he's at home with Chris anyway. He's fine. Yeah, and Nick snoring. So plans. We've got Hadrian's Wall coming up. We've got the charity thing I just said. I've got Hadrian's Wall coming up in July. And the reason that we were going to camp today was so that we could see whether or not I could camp. so that we could basically put more money into the charities by not spending our money on hotel fees. So we will work that one out, but obviously this became much more urgent because without the proper chair, we couldn't do it. Now, in terms of all of that, we're going home tomorrow with a new chair. So a lot of things depend on how well this chair can be repaired and what they say to me tomorrow when we go. So the plan will be to get the chair back together enough to start running again. Obviously, I can't afford to have too much time out. I'm going to lose muscle. I have been going to the gym every day to try and keep the muscle up, but that's not easy. So hopefully this chair will be up, and Wednesday will just go ahead as planned. If this chair is not up and running for Wednesday, then I'm going to do it in the bike, which is a hand cycle, and it's terrifying. I'm really scared in the hand bike at the moment still. And so I will do that with somebody with me on Wednesday, slowly and as if I was wheeling it, but in the hand cycle. And I'll work out the filming aspect as I go. So if I go home tomorrow without a fully working chair, I'll be working all weekend on how to make Wednesday happen. If I'm not going to have the new chair for Hadrian's Wall, and this chair isn't up to Hadrian's Wall, then we'll do that in the hand cycle. The big problem with that is I can't carry the chair on the hand cycle. And so we have looked at a trailer and potentially carrying the chair on a trailer. We can look at utilising friends and people around to move the chair to the stops and do it that way. So those two challenges are going to happen. Whether they happen in the chair, whether they happen in the bike, they are going to happen. I consider these charities way too important to just abandon the plans. So it will be happening, whatever. So there's those two plans. And then going other things, we're hoping to get into a canoe. We're hoping to ride a horse. Now, the disabled riding centre, I'm still too heavy for. So their maximum is 83 kilos. I'm 86. And so for my own peace of mind, I'm going to go back to them when I'm 80, which to me feels like a nice buffer, so that I don't risk being too heavy for the horses. So that's two of the kind of ambitions. All sorts of other things. I want to go on the skate park. Quite fancy skiing. I'm always open to any suggestions from anybody as to challenges. I've been on the big wheelchairs at the Experience Project in Leeds, which are big lever operated chairs to go up mountains in. That's brilliant. They run holidays, really want to go on one of those. And I'm always looking for suggestions and crazy things to do. I was a power chair user for 17 years. I was a hoist user for 2 years. And the fact that I've got my freedom means that I am going to use it to whatever way I can, both for me to do these things and also I'm looking for ways that I can contribute into society. I'm going to have to reach out in a minute. Sorry, I will do. I'm looking for ways that I can contribute back into society and ways I can re-engage. And I've got an interesting career background. We were talking earlier, and you never think you've got an interesting career background until you actually talk about it. So I've worked as a teacher, I've worked in social care, I've worked in community education, and a lot of the experience as a disabled person, as a person that's gone, right, I'm stopping now and I'm sorting my life out and I'm doing it. And so I'm looking for ways of being able to use that somehow. At the moment, to do mentoring. So I mentor a young person, amazing person, honestly, incredibly strong. And I hate the word, but a genuine inspiration to me. Fantastic young person. Anyway, let me read chat for a minute. Look at Suzanne. When are you going to? When are you doing? Oh, when are we doing Hadrian's Wall? And how long will you think it will take? Right. So Hadrian's Wall. So the plan is to do Hadrian's Cycleway, which is 170 miles, nothing. And it is South Shields or North Shields, it depends on which one you choose, to Ravenglass. And we're hoping to do it in July, and we're hoping it will take about 2 weeks. Um, Natalie's doing it on a push bike. I'm doing it either in the wheelchair or on the hand cycle, and depending on what Sue in the chat decides to do with her summer, as to whether or not she goes and works somewhere where she does something incredible. She's good at doing incredible things. She may or may not be doing it. We're just waiting on her to decide. But we're doing it. We're setting the date. We're doing it. And if she's free, she will do it too. And if she does it, she'll do it on a pushback as well. I've got to get better at reading chat. You're mad. Thanks, Cindy.
How many times have I said that to you today?
Once had a go in one. Oh gosh, Cindy once had a go in a one-man hovercraft. Oh. Where did you do that, Cindy?
I do like gyrocopters and hovercrafts and things. I can see you in a gyrocopter.
I'm terrified of heights, but look at that. Oh, amazing. What about teaching English as a foreign language? Interesting idea. Interesting. And then Cindy also says, what about the coast to coast? Now that's got some big hills. Is that on roads, Cindy, or is that on across the mountains? And then Sue just said hello. Yeah.
Seem to see that really very.
Yeah, we did the Dales Way on foot a long time ago now, in my 20s. But that's on paths, and some of it I could do. Coast to, oh no, it's a simple comment. Yeah, the coast to coast is an interesting one. I quite fancy going hitchhiking as well. I've mentioned this before, and people have that reaction. I quite fancy going hitchhiking. I think that would be an interesting thing to do. While I want to do fitness things, I'm quite open to anything at all.
Skydiving.
Apart from skydiving.
Like indoor skydiving.
Oh yeah, I do that.
Yes.
Yeah, I do that. Yeah. I wouldn't. I am bad with heights. I won't abseil.
Yeah, me neither.
I funny story. So when I was a manager in an organisation I better not name, we ran one of these team building days, and it involved abseiling. And I had my entire team there, and I got stuck on the tower and had to be rescued. Yeah, I know. Disaster. So yeah, things like that, probably not, but most of the things. Many years ago, when I was at Leighton Hall, we had a corporate day, and they brought, gosh, I cut my eyesight. Also, it's including the hovercraft. Wow. And she says coast to coast, mainly on roads and tracks. We see now we've got the free wheel working, we can do tracks. And Suzanne says, you scare me. Suzanne Hall, we went to that to do those mountain trikes. And Suzanne said to me on the way there, now you've got to be good. You can't break yourself. You've got to be sensible. Then we got to a big, steep, grassy hill. And I was a bit scared. And Suzanne said, come on, go, come on, go, just do it. So yeah, I've raised my children not to necessarily be overly overly careful actually there and doing it. And then it was a different matter. Yeah, I was. I hadn't shared that. So 2 days before the chair broke, I was on the BMX track. I was going slow, but yeah, I was on the BMX track. Those new photos of me, which I've not made a big thing of because all this happened, and the new photos of me in the new Wheelie Moon clothes, um, were on the BMX track. What about something like zip line? Yeah, maybe the zip lines at Winlatter. Yeah, I would get. I think I would have to get up by arms.
Because you get into the harnessy watch bit, don't you?
Because you're high when you start. So I think I would have to climb it by arms, and I think, and I might be wrong, but it might invalidate their insurance. It's worth asking. I will investigate that. I have climbed by arms before. When I had a little bit more leg use, pushing my legs and climb. Um, so we lost a dog. We got broken into, and one of the blind dog got out, and I very not cleverly decided that the best thing to do was for me to go and sit in the woods, and it was a very very steep thing, and so I climbed it with arms, pushing with one leg and arms, pushing with one leg and arms. So I'm not averse to it, but whether they'll do it, watch this space. Oh, hi, Rue. Hi, Buck. Hi, how are you? Nice to sit down. Thanks for joining us. How's your day? But yeah, the Windlatter idea. It might be another one to do with Calvert. That might be another one. Gonna have to talk to Calvert.
Winlatter mountain bike.
Yeah, yeah. See, the people are down in Leeds with the wheelchairs also have bikes like mine, but with off-road tires on.
Oh.
So my bike is capable of doing like mountain bike tracks. I've seen it. Yeah. I've not done it with not my one, but I've seen my bike be used. So that's another thing that is another good idea. Um, Calvert do. Um, pardon. Is that those balls you're going? Yeah, no, I don't have the legs. I don't think I've got the legs for that one, I'm afraid. Yeah, archery. I have done some archery. There's a few places do wheelchair archery, and there's a few places do wheelchair shooting as well. I'm not drinking that or this coffee, honest. And I didn't have a burger for my lunch. But we've got lots of fruit. We've got lots of fruit for tea. And we will hopefully either be ordering tomorrow or at least learning more about what more needs to be researched. We've got the charity run on Wednesday, and I will be reporting back. I am going to try and film tomorrow. I've got the camera with me. I haven't used it today because of the weather. But if the company's agreeable, I'll get some footage of the showroom and of whatever I can. Obviously, the most important thing is that I learn what I need to learn. But if we can film and share that, I think it's important to show you what it is that you've done, and to show you some of the decision making process that will happen tomorrow. Because I think it's really important that you see that I'm really, really careful with how I spend this money. And I won't spend a penny unless I think that it's the right thing to do. I will be just as careful, if not more so, than if I'd saved it all over the years. Right, guys, I am going to sign off. Has anybody got any more questions, any more comments? And then we will go and have tea. Oh, Rue, look at the dresses. You like fashion. Look at our dresses, Rue. Our children's short dresses. We're so excited by them. We brought them with us on holiday because we were too excited. We're too excited. Thank you, Cindy. You two have a great day tomorrow. Thank you, Rue. You're smashing it too, girl. You're doing brilliantly. Right, guys, we're going to go and have our supper. Thank you so much for joining tonight. I knew it would be a tiny stream, but I wanted to come on and give people a chance to ask questions, to make comments. It's just been the most unreal week. I've had hardly any brain power at all, been overwhelmed by you all, and thank you so much for being there. We will do some more proper videos, and I will try and do some more well organised live streams. But thanks, guys. We'll go and get tea. Good night, and I look forward to telling you all about tomorrow once we get home. Night night.